They be sunny when it's not shame. West, oh West, it be gas stain. Never enough, I'm giving up my same name.
Another episode of Just Have a Seat.
I'm Jay.
I'm Hago.
I'm Monto.
I'm Sako.
And we're back at it again, baby. In person. Not live, but you
not
know.
social distancing.
Masked up.
Yeah, but we are. Yeah, we're wearing our mask on. F it, mask off.
Yeah.
You know.
What episode are we on? What is it, like 35?
32?
No, we did 32.
33.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Episode 33. We don't.
Can't mess this one up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We don't have beer of the week.
Unfortunately.
But it's okay because we can't really drink normally anyway.
That's true. It's true.
Anyways, seems like the world's gone to shit.
In a matter of a week.
It's a good way to start it.
Less than a week. We're going to try to shed some positive light on... No, you know what? We're going to try our best. But how about we start with Spacex? Now that is,
Incredible.
I think, a large step for us because it's the first private space launch ever. Right, John?
That's right.
So I don't know much about it. I watched it, but I'm not sure what's the point of it. Why did they do this?
So the reason why it's so big is because we're launching from American soil, and it's been. I'm not gonna give you guys. And I can.
10 years.
Is it 10 years? No, I don't think it's 10 years.
10 years.
I think it's a little bit more than that. I'm just gonna say X amount of years since we've launched off of American soil, because we usually like what's the word I'm looking for?
Don't we usually launch from like Russia or
yeah,
something?
so we pay the Russians to launch through the Soyuz, and I think they launched it from Kazakhstan. So my bad. So they're finally bringing it back to American soil. So it's the Commercial Crew Program, and SpaceX is basically spearheading it for us. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal.
And also, like the equipment that we used is reusable.
Right. So SpaceX was able to create technology that's like enabled us to reuse rockets. So that makes drives cost a lot lower. So it's more reusable, it's more affordable, and it's a lot more possible to do it from here now. So
What's the reason why they do it in Russia or in a different country compared to
Just
doing it here?
Costs. So like it costs a lot more to launch from here, but now that like SpaceX is basically doing what they do, it's a lot cheaper. So it's a lot more affordable to just launch it from here now.
Okay.
So
It's a huge step for Tesla as a company too, and like Elon Musk.
Yep.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens on Monday with their stock prices and everything.
yeah, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. You guys watch the launch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. Did you watch it? No. You're a loser, bro.
Bro,
So I watched it on Tuesday.
It's like
It
it's
happened on
nerve wracking,
Tuesday.
bro. Like watching it though, you're so nervous. You're
Yeah.
like, dude, please like
Go
don't-
off.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
please don't
Go
mess
properly.
up. Please don't mess up.
Imagine how the astronauts feel. They're just sitting in like the capsule for like
Yeah.
How many astronauts are in there?
hours. There's two of them.
Two?
Yeah.
Like my heart was beating so fast watching that thing. I'm like, oh my god, bro. Like don't
Dude, I got
mess
I
up.
got so hyped when they launched. I had like goosebumps, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!"
I swear if that dragonfly comes in here, bro. I was excited to see that too, but I would have shit myself if I was in that
Easily.
rocket, man. Because
Easily.
I've seen like the ones that go bad, like they
Oof.
just like launch 2 inches and just explode.
You got foggy.
Yeah, got foggy.
You don't need them anyway, man. It's all good.
You got some pretty eyes.
Thanks.
I don't know about that.
I'll fuck you up, bro. Don't start.
We got clamps right here, bro. Tell them what's up.
But yeah, super cool stuff. Definitely some super cool stuff happening.
So where is this rocket exactly going? Did they say?
So it's going to the ISS.
Okay.
So it launched off.
International
Yeah.
Space Station, baby.
I should have said that. So the astronauts just reached it this morning, and I believe 7 or 8 a.m.
Oh, it's not
They
bad.
just docked in. Yeah, it's about a 19-hour flight, I believe. So
Their
rocket.
space suits look freaking sick.
Hell
though,
yeah.
Compared to the old ones, like they look futuristic. It looks like it's going towards interstellar looking shit. You know.
You'd
Yes.
rather be in space right now than here.
That
100%.
Too. That too.
I think that's why they volunteered to do this. They knew shit was going.
I'm
down.
out. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about what's been going on the last 2 days without getting too deep into it. If you guys want to just throw in your general thoughts,
100%.
I think the audience would greatly appreciate that.
My opinion, why are you looting the city, the state, or whatever case may be that you're living in? As everything was supposed to be opening up, tomorrow?
Today.
Even today?
Or yesterday.
Like,
They started opening up. He gave the okay on Friday, I believe.
obviously civilization and stuff isn't gonna go normal, but we're going on the first step of.
You can hear choppers. Oh my god, bro, that's so
Like
close.
right there.
Holy shit, that's
It's
right
low.
there.
Yeah. All right, for anyone you guys can't see, but we're facing outdoors,
Yeah.
so we could see like the chopper literally just right over our heads.
We're
So
one
it's
with
pretty sick.
one with
actually.
nature today.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll go.
May I
Anyway,
continue? Thanks
It's
for
nice to
It's always-
speak.
it's always on,
interrupting helicopter.
If
So
it's not us, it's the helicopter.
always. So yeah, everything was gonna go back to normal, and now we were kind of talking about it over the group chat. Nothing is gonna go back to normal. Like
Not for
things
a
are
while.
cases are probably gonna go back up. All this
Yeah.
other stuff. So
Not for a while. if
it
anything.
sucks. It really does suck.
dude,
It's
what's
awful.
crazy is they didn't even mention the corona until this morning. I just saw it. Like they finally said cases are probably gonna go up, and for the last 5 days I didn't
probably
see
didn't
that
hear about it.
once.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
refreshing, right? It's
Yeah.
it's a little refreshing to hear something different, but very tragic news, very sad news.
Yeah.
On the positive side, you guys heard too. The guy's wife is divorcing him.
Yeah,
I would have done the same.
the cop for our listeners,
Yeah,
the
the
cop's
cop.
wife is divorcing him. R.I.P. George Floyd.
And you said the guy's on suicide watch.
Yeah. The cop is actually. I was reading an article and they said he was in a cell and he's on 24/7 suicide watch. So they have guards checking up on him every 15 minutes and they have surveillance going on 24/7. So
Anything can happen, bro. Epstein was on suicide watch,
yeah. So
and that fool did not kill himself though.
As they say.
So
yeah. So I mean, hopefully justice is brought to him. It's one fucked up person. So
Yeah, that guy deserves the worst.
yeah,
I don't
he
care.
really does. He really does.
I don't care what your political views are. Like, you watch that video, there's no defending that. There's no explanation as to why that happened. There are multiple clips coming out that they were even beating him prior to that.
Yeah. I think the restaurant released that or something like that.
He wasn't resisting arrest or something.
No, nothing.
He wasn't
Oh, okay.
resisting. There are 3 people kneeling down on him, one on his neck. And it's just, there's no defending that.
I never watched the video because I it's like so watching it is too much for me sometimes because it just sucks probably hearing the guy saying whatever he said and the cops not doing anything about it.
Yeah.
doesn't give a fuck. He has no expression on his face. It's almost like he's dead inside. I
Yeah.
don't know. I didn't like looking at it either because it's so obvious. It's obvious what you have to do, and police are even trained. The first thing they're trained in is don't fuck with the neck.
Mm-hmm.
You can't you can't like choke hold. You can't do anything like that as a cop. You're not allowed to. So the fact that this guy was, I don't know. I feel like it's probably maybe something with improper training. Who knows? Or maybe
Well,
it's
he's-
like so long since they trained that they kind of forget the rules of thumb. Don't sit on someone's neck,
Well,
bro.
look, the other issue is that he's had 17 complaints. 17 complaints filed on him prior to this. So
Mhm.
I mean,
oh damn.
if that doesn't say something, I don't know what does.
He's been in other incidents where, like people have died, right? Or like
I
there's
don't
been
know.
like shootings and stuff involved.
Probably. I think I might have heard that. I just haven't looked into it too much.
Here's the thing, though. You can't fight violence with violence. You just, I don't believe in that. You shouldn't. Like, how many people died actually during the protests? I saw a couple of people even died in the last 2 days during the protests. So
Yeah,
Well,
because
my
guns are
thing-
being
the point of
involved
that?
now.
My thing is, you gotta understand that I do believe that the people that came out to protest originally were there
For a particular, like an actual reason.
in a peaceful manner. You know,
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think they wanted to cause any harm. But you gotta remember, like, this is an excuse for all different types of groups to come out there and start looting, start, displaying their anger. Whether it's people for, Black Lives Matter or Antifa, or if it's gonna be, anti-Trump supporters, whatever it is, people who are angry with what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
they're using this as an excuse
Yeah,
to
it's like an outlet.
display their anger. Yeah. So you can't sit there and be like, oh, this is all Black Lives Matter people that are
No,
like
it's not.
destroying and looting cities, because
Not at all.
it's not. I do think the protests were meant to be peaceful, and things just unfortunately got out of hand.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
100%.
Yo, they said most of the rioters in Minneapolis were from out of state or
Yeah.
out of that
I just-
city
I
too,
That's
just
what
heard about
Antifa
that.
is, bro. They
Yeah.
like come into these cities and they loot and they destroy things.
which is kind of ironic, right? Because they're anti-fascists.
What is the point of it? Like, maybe I don't know.
People,
It
I
just
mean,
sucks.
people just like watching the world burn, dude. That's what it is. They're like anti-government, anti whatever it may be. They just enjoy
Anarchists.
seeing.
They all
yeah.
look. From what I was seeing too, it's just like a young group of people. I don't see anybody. Maybe latest I saw was probably like 40, maybe. But everybody else is in the same particular age group as us. You know, trying to get take advantage of what's going on.
They
Yep.
just enjoy, seeing that happen. And the thing is, like, you can sit back and say, "Don't loot, don't do this," but in reality, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like, those people are out there. We don't live in a perfect society. Like, they're gonna do that shit. So if you are gonna do that shit, if you are gonna loot, do not go for like small businesses or like people who work hard. And like, I understand going to large corporations, like looting one target or two targets, like, it's not gonna hurt them. But like going to small, whatever it may be.
I saw a
Uh,
small
Melrose Mac,
pet
right?
salon, dude.
Yeah, Melrose Mac was getting.
That was a
all
small
What are you
wired.
gonna
store,
steal
probably.
from a pet salon?
Like they,
Like,
they looted a pet salon, bro. I don't understand. It's obviously it's a small like mom and pop owned. It's not like a chain
Yeah.
pet salon, So it's kind of fucked up that they do shit like that. But I feel like those are just the people who lost sight of what they're really trying to go out there and preach about.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they don't even give a shit. Maybe they're just there because they saw people getting free shit on TV and they're
That's
like,
the thing.
oh,
That's-
this is
there
a
are
come
a
up.
lot of people like that
Yeah.
that are just.
Because I saw I don't know if it was an article, but it might have been a post, and this guy was interviewing people, or he was asking them, and he's like, "Do you guys even know who George Floyd is?" They're like, "No, we don't know who he is."
Jesus.
So they're just out
That-
there. They're
yeah.
just out there following the trend, So it's fucked up. It's
And
very-
it's
very
pretty
unfortunate.
I don't even understand in today's climate with the virus and shit. I feel like nobody gives a fuck anymore. It doesn't matter, but it's gonna
I
come
feel
back
like-
to bite them.
Yeah, I
in 2
feel like
weeks.
people just think like it doesn't even exist anymore.
Bro, the numbers are gonna spike back up again, and that's like the other shitty part about all this is that we made so much progress into like cities opening up, and then we're
Yep.
just taking like 5 steps back again.
Mhm.
And very appreciative of those people who actually wear masks out, but most of them they don't look like they were. I mean, if you had a peaceful protest and you had everyone had a mask on, I think it would have been perfectly fine. But
Yeah, go loot. As long as you're wearing a mask.
there's
it's all
no
good.
way. Hey, but I saw a pretty powerful video the other day though. It was this one really, really big African American dude standing in front of a door of a store, and he just wasn't letting people
I
in
saw that
to
as
loot.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, this is not what we're here for. It's not what we're gonna do. This is not what this is all about. And like that guy, man, there needs to be more people like him. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's also him against like 5,000 people. So I don't
Right.
know. He's brave for doing that even.
Another thing I wanted to say was I feel like the media should shed light on like the good and the bad too, because there's been some pictures circulating of like African American protesters that just like went hand in hand and they were protecting a cop who was like
Yeah,
all
I saw
solo
that.
by
I did see
himself.
that.
Yeah. And then there's like, for example, in Minneapolis, they're just cleaning up the day after, cleaning up the protest, cleaning up the mess. So it's like the communities are still uniting and coming together, but they're not shedding too much light on it. They'd rather
Yeah.
show you like the looting and all the bad stuff. Like,
You know, the other thing that sucks is that all the cops who do their job well, they're getting shit on too,
Yeah.
and even getting hurt. I don't know if you guys saw it, but some of them actually got hurt pretty bad. Like you said, like they got M80s or cherry bombs thrown at them,
yeah.
or like big ass rocks and bottles. Like I saw one getting dragged off the street, like a cop, he was getting dragged because he got hurt really bad on his leg.
I think that was the first day, right?
There are
I can't remember.
dirty cops too, though. I mean,
Yeah.
you look at it, there are people out there with bad intentions. Just because they're wearing a badge does not mean that they're actually doing their job, which is to
Yeah.
serve and
Yeah.
protect.
Speaking of dirty cops, apparently a lot of the Minneapolis riots were started. Well, a friend of mine was telling me this.
I saw that
There's a
pic,
video.
too.
It's like an undercover cop that
Yeah,
I
they're
think he
wearing-
went in and broke something
Yeah,
and
they-
started an
yeah.
alarm or
He
something.
he had like an umbrella. He was all dressed in black, right?
I didn't watch the video, but yeah, he was dressed in
Yeah,
all
he
black. That's what he was
all
saying.
black, had an umbrella on. He's covered everything except for his eyes.
Yeah,
Damn, I
And-
didn't know that. I saw a meme about that, but I didn't know it was true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently.
someone made an animated video on that shit.
Because they're saying there's a bunch of cops like in between the protesters, and the way they distinguish themselves from others is they have an armband on.
Guys, I'm taking off my mask for a second. Don't be scared.
And,
Uh-oh,
and, yeah,
uh-oh.
in Minneapolis it was a white armband, and in
I'll
LA
fuck
it
you up,
was
bro.
it was orange.
They have armbands on?
Yeah, so that's how that's how you know it's like an undercover cop, and that's how they distinguish themselves from others.
Well, y'all just got exposed now, so
Well, it's all over the internet. So I'm just
Yeah.
saying what I see.
There's a lot of messed up shit going on.
Yeah. Very unfortunate.
But it's the fireworks that kill me, bro. It's you see like a squad of people, and then shit you would see blowing up in the sky on 4th of July, is just in this like exploding on the
street,
just
just
poof.
right in between cops.
It's insane, man. That shit'll kill someone if that shit hits your head.
Yeah.
Those what are the? I don't know if those are the balls of fire, like the green and shit.
Yeah.
That hits you.
It is the balls of fire.
KO. Anyways, we could talk about something else if you guys want. I feel like people hear about this shit enough on TV and social media.
Just stay safe.
Yeah. Be
Follow
smart.
the rules.
Be smart. Stay safe.
We're all in this together. We ain't trying to stay home forever.
It's true.
Let,
trying to get out
make
there.
your voices heard,
Yeah.
but be smart about it.
2020, bro.
2020's just been a movie.
We're halfway through, bro, and it's like
It's crazy.
it seems like things are just getting worse and worse instead of
Mhm.
getting better. We started off with Kobe, and then the
Yeah.
pandemic, now this shit. So
Staying positive. That's all we
oh,
can do is
shit,
stay
I
positive.
guess so. You can try. It's hard.
Talk about your 3D printer a bit.
No, we're not gonna talk about
Why,
that.
bro?
What's there to talk about?
Have you
That's
made
dope.
anything yet?
Yeah, I made a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he's made a bunch of stuff.
It's like
A
A bunch of stuff?
yeah.
What have you made?
So I printed an astronaut.
I saw that
printed,
one.
Oh, you made that shit?
No, I just downloaded it online. I
Oh.
printed.
Yeah, I asked him to make me I wanted like a Kobe model to put on my desk, but he's like, I guess there's certain like pre-made models you have to follow with, right?
Yeah.
Is that
For
what
now,
it is?
because I'm still learning how to like model
That thing
it.
takes
model it
long
myself.
too. It takes
does.
like probably a Kobe model might take like a whole day. Huh?
No,
24
no.
hours.
No, it depends on the scale of it, like how big it is. The astronaut was about 7 inches tall, and it took about 14 hours.
That shit you left on for 14 hours?
Yeah.
Is
Oh
it
my
loud?
God.
No, it's not too bad.
Imagine going to bed.
Dude, that's
Buzz,
so
buzz.
I left it on. I went to bed, and then like my brother just wakes me up at 3 in the morning. He's like, "Yo," he's like, "I can't fucking sleep." He's like, "It's too loud." I was like, "What do you mean?" But I mean, it's kind of good that I turned it off because like the model was like kind of fucked up, so it's all good.
Can you pause it midway?
Yeah, you can pause it and
Okay.
restart it. That has that feature built into it. But I mean, you could 3D print anything. I really think it's the future. We're slowly moving towards it. They've 3D printed like body parts.
They're 3D printed homes too.
Yeah, 3D printed homes. You could like if something breaks in your house, you could probably just 3D print a part to fix it.
That's dope.
Yeah, the material's pretty sturdy. What else have I printed? I've printed a Groot model.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, the detail was
A
amazing.
what?
Groot?
From Despicable Me?
Groot.
No.
From what?
Oh, the fucking tree guy.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
What did you say before that?
The fucking Despicable Me guy.
Oh no.
What's his name?
Gru.
Gru.
Yeah, I think the
Groot.
other one's Groot.
Yeah,
Groot. Yeah,
Groot.
Groot. You can't.
G-T.
Sorry, you can't even hear me.
Groot.
Yeah, Groot.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's
The baby one or the big one?
no, it's like this big, dude. It's like this big.
The baby
But
model.
the baby character or the
Oh no, the big one.
Mm.
Yeah, he's just sitting there waving.
That's
It's lit.
dope.
It's lit. Yeah. So
These come out just white.
yeah, it depends
Or
on
like
the
a
color.
off-white?
It depends on the color of your filament.
Oh, okay.
I'm using white filament, and I just bought some spray paint, so I'll just spray paint over it.
That's cool.
Yeah, you could just paint it with like some acrylic, but that'll just take a lot of time. So
Is the actual material expensive?
no, it's relatively cheap. It goes from like $17 to $40
Oh, it's not bad.
for like a
actually.
whole spool, and the
Yeah.
spool will last you for a while. Yeah, and it's made out of like, depending on material, the one that I have is made out of like cornstarch and sugar cane. So
So you can eat it.
I don't know about that. Everybody's asked me that. I wouldn't recommend
See
it.
JC just nibbling on his astronaut.
Was it a good investment? Was it a big investment?
No. I was looking for like a budget one. They got like budget ones. They got high end ones. So I went with a budget one, and I'm super satisfied.
Yeah,
with it.
man.
It's like it's addicting, dude. I just want to print something every day, you know.
It's
Yeah.
cool. You
Like,
should, and
I
you
would
could
say-
you could make it like a thing. You could sell it
Yeah,
like how I was offering to pay
Yeah.
you. So if they come up with a model or Kobe model, I'm down. I'll
I
pay
can
you
make
for
it. That's what I was gonna tell you. I'm still working on
Figure out
learning
how to make it.
model. So once I can model, then I'll probably be able to make anything at that point.
That's dope.
It's just tedious.
What's next?
Some dildos.
Bro, you just had to get that in there, huh?
Anal
We
beads.
were
Anal
going so well,
beads.
bro.
We
Anal
back and we
beads.
better, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's been a
Make
long
one
time.
with like your brand on it. But like
Built by Jay.
Put my face.
builds by Jay.
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about like the Claude conspiracies.
Bro,
face.
if you
I'm
make
telling
one of
you.
your face, dude.
I'm telling
put
you,
that
make
in my
a
room.
fucking medallion of that, like the same thing, but like you like a chain,
Uh,
and that shit's like the medallion.
Just your
that's
face
lit.
fucking.
That's
Claude
right on the
conspiracies?
podcast. I'll look into that.
I think it would be dope.
You just
That
have to
would be
make
dope.
it first, right?
Yeah, I gotta model it. They have like scanners where you can just like hold. It's like a little gun. You just hold it straight to like the object, and it just scans it.
That's
and
cool.
And it renders it in the computer for you. So that's always an option too, but they're expensive. So who knows?
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day.
One
Yes.
day, maybe one day.
You guys want to talk about how AI is going to take over the world in like 10 years?
Yeah, you brought that up a little bit. What
Alright,
happened?
I brought this up because I literally saw it this morning when I was scrolling through the news. Microsoft just yesterday laid off a bunch of journalists, and then they're gonna do the same thing in the UK, and they're gonna be replaced with AI. So it's literally the only thing the AI is gonna do that the journalists would do before is just pick the stories that they want. First of all, I didn't know Microsoft owned MSN. I didn't even know MSN was still alive.
Yeah, I thought it was dead.
But it is apparently, and people still use it. That's the main thing that it's gonna be used for. So, I think that's just where it starts.
So the only difference between the journalist and the AI is probably not paying somebody.
yeah,
That and
That.
it's not as like there's no bias.
Well, the first
Yeah.
ones to go are going to be all those factory workers and everything. Because once they develop machines that can
Yeah.
Develop a product
they're
on its
already
own.
working towards that.
Work-
They already
work by
have a ton of
themselves.
those. But as it gets more advanced, you're only going to need like 2 or 3 people in those factories to actually manage the machines.
Exactly.
that's when it's be good if you can actually learn how to build the machines, or at least be
Work
a
'em.
repairman or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Work the machines and everything. Yeah.
But that was Andrew Yang's whole campaign. That's what he was really talking about. Literally 90% of the time he's talking about AI. What's the first thing that's gonna go? He said truck drivers.
Yeah. Well, Tesla's already working towards that. So.
Yeah, AI trucks. Which fuck, that'll be scary, bro. I don't know if I want an 18-wheeler not being
but
manned
like,
by
look
someone.
at that. Like, I just thought of this. If that truck gets into an accident, how are you supposed to get its information?
You probably get the information from the company that produced that.
But like, who are
that
you supposed to
truck.
talk to? Like,
What
you
if
know,
it
you know what I
kills
mean?
someone?
They'll
bro?
come up with like an insurance, like they have their own specific insurance company. They probably have to direct towards.
What if it doesn't stop?
Then that shit's gonna kill. God, it's gonna go on
I could see
straight,
like
bro.
I could
Go
see
to
like
everybody.
AI like street cleaners and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Don't they have that
Yeah.
in some places? They have like the robots that kind of walk around like the malls.
And
Have
clean.
you seen those?
I don't know.
I think
Like
I've seen one
Wall-E?
in downtown LA.
Like Wally.
Yeah, something like it doesn't clean. Like you could talk to it and ask like directions and shit.
Yeah, I think I've seen that. I think it's probably in China.
No, dude, I've 100%. I've seen one in downtown LA. I can't remember exactly where though. I don't know if you guys know where the restaurant Joey's is.
In downtown.
Yeah.
It sounds familiar.
There's like a mall right next to it. Inside that mall, there's like a quad where there's like one of those robots where you can ask it like, "Oh, where's this store?" and it'll like take you there.
That's lit. I don't even know that.
I didn't know about that.
I don't know, bro. I'm scared, man. I'm really scared. They're even saying AI is gonna take some doctors' jobs too. That's what's gonna
Yeah,
be lit.
because it's able to predict with a higher accuracy. It's able to see things that doctors aren't.
The first one is gonna go is radiologists. Those are the guys who look at like
X-rays.
like X-rays, like CT scans, things like that, because AI can capture grays, like shades of gray that human eyes can't. Like 50 different shades. Well, wow, that was dumb. But it is like over 50 shades of gray that the AI can catch that the human eye
I hope
can't
the
catch.
ladies got that reference.
Yeah, I didn't even mean to do that, bro, but that's literally what I read. So that shit's wild, man. I saw a guy who's like, yeah, I'm going into med school. I want to be a radiologist. I was like, no, you don't, bro. That's the last thing you want to choose. But hey, hats
Yeah,
off
by
to
the time
you.
he gets out of
Yeah.
school, it'll probably be developed by then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or
well,
in 20
they're
years,
also
if
saying-
anything.
They're also saying that it could predict like heart attacks or like heart issues to a greater accuracy than doctors can.
Oh,
So
that's my mom.
When do you guys think that there's gonna be? Do you guys think there's ever gonna be a time where you inject like actual nanorobots and they're programmed to go and attack certain cells in your body
I wouldn't
instead
doubt
of like
that.
medication and shit?
I don't know.
I would see that being a thing.
I think that would
You
be
would
dope.
see that being a thing?
Wasn't there a movie like about that where people would inject themselves with a certain? It's not iRobot, right?
No,
No,
I don't think so.
something like iRobot might happen though one day.
Yeah.
People have robots. In
I
their
feel like
house
we
to
might
do
be
their
working
shit.
our way towards that.
Damn, I wouldn't want that though. I don't know. I wouldn't trust that like a machine walking around mowing my lawn and shit.
I feel like right now they just got to figure out what the fuck to do with this goddamn sickness and there's crazy people on the streets doing whatever
Well,
they're
yeah, I
doing.
mean, these
Hog
things
up
that we're talking
frustrated,
about,
bro.
Hog up, aren't gonna happen for another like 20 years.
All right, man.
Okay, then let's look at. Okay, so end
So
of
bad.
2020. Where do you think we'll be December 2020?
When do you think what?
Where do you think we'll be
Shit, I don't even wanna
December
think that far,
2020?
bro. Can we just get to like each month one by one?
If you had to make a prediction
What do you think will be?
in the like compared to today, in 6 months from now, what's it gonna look like? Is you guys think it's gonna get better or worse?
Bro, I don't know what's gonna happen
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's like things are just so volatile lately.
Should be
Like
groceries.
you don't know what's gonna happen.
She need help.
I don't know.
We'll be right back.
Um,
Nice guy, bitch.
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm hoping it'll get better. I hope
They say
everything will
okay.
be
They said a
resolved by then.
vaccine's gonna be out by end of 2020, which is wishful thinking. But if they work hard enough at it, I think it's possible.
Yeah.
Because there's how many? I heard like there's one company in Germany, a biotech company that's pretty close.
Pfizer.
No,
I think.
That sounds like a
starts with
German
an M.
company
I
for
can't
sure.
I can't remember what it was called. But shit, man, if they get close to that, I feel like once people start getting vaccinated, that's it. Like you can go out and do whatever the fuck you want.
Mm-hmm.
Start living normal life again.
Well, at least the younger community.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the older ones when they get vaccinated though.
That's who needs to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
They need to bring out free testing. I feel like in these next 2 weeks, they need to bring out free testing centers where there's a lot of riots going on, you know? So it's like, I know they're doing this in Seattle where there's 3 different places where people can go and get tested for free. We just got shit on, guys. Anyway.
Shout out Pops.
Well, they were saying like with all the riots that are going on now, most of the testing centers have been like destroyed, or like areas like close to it have been affected,
Yeah.
or testing sites, I should say.
But
not
like
centers.
in Seattle, I know like they're using a stadium one. Like they're not using regular health facilities because those
It's too small, too occupied,
yeah,
probably.
too small, and like with the riots going on, it's obviously blocked. Like it's in downtown streets. Let's say it's like it's blocked off. No one's gonna go in there, or it's
Yeah.
getting destroyed. So they're using stadiums, like big venues that are kind of away. I don't know where they would do that here though. Like Staples Center is probably fucked.
Dodger Stadium. That's where JC got tested.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, they just revamped it too, so it's like it's much more of like a streamlined process. They got just a bunch of containers and like 6 lanes wide open. They just funnel everybody through it.
Damn,
you
you
just
got tested?
Yeah, a while
Look
back.
at you. What a guy.
Did you do the nose one?
No, they don't do it anymore. They do
Spit?
you swab your mouth. You do the whole thing by yourself.
You
like
went from the
just-
back, huh?
Huh?
You asked for that one?
Deep throated it.
Which one?
That test? From the
Yeah.
back?
Only if you're administering.
Wait, what?
No. So I don't know if you can hear me slurping, but so they changed it so it's a cotton swab now, and they legit do not touch you whatsoever. Like you pull up, give them your test confirmation number or your appointment confirmation number. They hand you the plastic bag. You pull up a little bit more, swab it. So you're supposed to like swab the side of your mouth, the top of your tongue, bottom of your tongue, and then like the top of your gums. Put it into a tube, close it up, put it back in the plastic bag, and just hand it to them. And they don't even touch the bag too. They have those little like grabbing things, the metal grabbing things. They just grab it with that and just throw it in like
Cons.
and like some big ass like bucket.
So how long did it take to get the results back?
They say it takes 2 to 5 days, but mine got a little delayed, cause like
2 to 5 days?
yeah,
What the fuck? I thought it was like 45 minutes. Don't they have one that's
No.
fast now?
they do, but you probably have to pay for that one. This is like
Oh.
free. Like Garcetti made it like publicly available to all of LA County, and it's free for everyone.
Oh, so you just do it and then you dip.
yeah.
All
It's
right.
like a 10-minute process once you get
Uh-huh.
to where you can do it, but like just waiting in line takes some time. But it usually doesn't take that long. But yeah, it took like 2 to 5 days. I didn't hear back from the company, and then they're like, "Oh, we need more information from you so we can like pull up your results." And then I
Yeah.
sent them some more info, and they
Well, here's the thing, man. I
Okay.
remember the first test that came out. So like my dad had to get tested, right? It took over 2 weeks.
to get tested.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think at that
for the
time.
results to come back.
Yeah.
And then even then, the doctors said that the test that they're doing now is only 40% accurate,
No way.
Yeah.
Jesus.
which is fucked.
That is fucked.
Yeah. So I don't know how I don't know how it's changed since then, but I know when he was getting tested, that's when shit really hit the fan. That it was like at the peak of when people were getting tested.
Mhm.
So I think that's why it took a really long time. But yeah, I mean, I hope like I want to get tested. I know I'm negative, but it won't.
It's always
hurt
good
do
to
It's
it.
know.
good. Yeah, it's good to know. It's publicly available. I mean, it's free.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd recommend everybody does it. You know, the more the merrier. Even if you're negative, it's just good to know, and then more numbers for us, and then leads us to open up a little bit faster. I'm assuming, but it's on the lacounty.gov probably or some website. Just type in free COVID.
If you go on Google Maps, I mean not Google Maps. If you go on Apple Maps, there's a COVID-19 testing thing.
There
you
you
can
go.
choose that,
Oh,
and
no.
it shows
Or
you
I
all the
think-
areas.
I think Google Maps might have it too.
Yeah.
You just go to Google and just go to LA County COVID-19 free testing, and it'll come up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a super quick process.
Yeah, Joe Rogan has a private doctor who tests everyone before they come in.
Yeah, that guy
to-
still has like the face-to-face podcast.
Yeah, because he tests them before they come in.
That's awesome.
Like he has a private doctor that does it, which is
That's
man,
brilliant.
just make a lot of money, do what the fuck you want.
Yeah,
one day.
so
And he went off. What did he do recently too? He got off of YouTube or something.
Yeah, he's on Spotify
He's
now.
on Spotify now.
Mhm.
Fucking $100 million deal right there.
Are you
So
serious?
if
Damn,
Spotify wants to like sponsor us, and
Yeah,
if
shout
we
out
have any
Spotify.
private
we got
doctor
you.
listeners,
know.
I mean, feel free. You know, like we need testing here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we want guests too, man. We want guests with safety.
Might as
so
well.
Where is that?
National Guard, North Carolina.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what I'm saying. They're
damn.
out here too. National Guards are in LA too. They're all over downtown.
you know, I actually thought about joining the National Guard when I was 18,
I think everybody did.
because
At
you
some
only do
point.
it for 2
I
years.
didn't.
You want to join the army, Jay?
I want to join the Air Force.
No, this is how it was. You do it for 2 years, and you could go to school at the same time, and you still live at home because you're here.
And they
while
pay
you
for
do
your
it.
school, right?
And they pay for your school.
The amount of benefits
way.
you get
Yeah.
is insane.
And I mean, if you're unlucky enough that something like this happens and you actually have to get deployed out to a city.
Yeah, my boy played for Air Force. He played soccer for them, like out in Colorado, Air Force University or Academy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's stationed now in Hermosa, and he
No
just
way.
lives like with like 2 or 3 of his like old teammates that also like went to Air Force, and their housing gets paid for and everything. They live like right on the beach.
That's
That's
awesome.
so lit.
And unless we go to a war, then it's not that lit. But
No, yeah, obviously.
I mean, for right now, it's fine.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Hey, that I don't know if you guys saw Trump's speech about China the other day. They were
No, I
saying,
didn't see it.
dude, it was. Listen, man. As much as people hate that guy, no one else is fucking would take a stand like that against a country like China. Fuck it. He gave like, they were saying like the most powerful speech since. Who was it against the Russians? Was it Reagan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, was it the day that he woke up and just tweeted China randomly? With an exclamation
China
point?
with an exclamation point.
Bro, he stopped all the funding to the
to the World Health Organization. Yeah.
too.
I mean, the man's making moves in a way. I mean, I don't know how that's
Oh,
gonna
they said,
affect in the
like,
long
who-
term, but I haven't really read up on it. But I think
But apparently we're one of the biggest like people like countries that fund them.
We are the biggest.
450 mil a year.
Yeah.
China gives 50 mil a year.
We give 450.
Yeah.
Holy crap,
Bro, the
man.
food. You got money to blow, apparently, man.
Yeah,
We owe so
No
much.
wonder why we're so much so in debt.
Nah, but that's all bullshit, bro.
But then now you're saying that China and India might go at it.
Yeah, I just saw an article this morning.
Why would China and India go to war?
I don't know.
I haven't.
They're like
The two most
they're on, like,
populated
the
countries are trying to get
rooftop.
at it.
I mean, let me pull up the article.
You said something about the largest roof. I don't understand.
Yeah, that was like the headline. I didn't really read into the article, but let me see.
Berch,
So it
have you
says-
heard of this?
China and India face off on the roof of the world. Tensions in the Himalaya have the potential to escalate as they pursue their strategic goals.
China and
Tensions in the
India might
Himalayas.
go at it.
Like war?
Yeah. Hotspot in part
Jesus.
because of a road India has built.
That'd be hilarious.
The armies of
They
the
both
world's,
got bodies to fucking spare, apparently.
Yeah,
Oh.
disposable units.
The armies of the world's two most populous nations are locked in a tense face-off high in the Himalayas, which has the potential to escalate as they seek to further their strategic goals.
I
Wait,
can't.
so
See, I
they-
can't see India going to war. I can't imagine it. I don't know
Mhm.
why.
No, I can't either, bro. But they do have 1 billion people, so
Yeah.
they got plenty of fighters.
We're in 34 minutes.
Yes, sir. I remember.
I don't know if I should bring up. Oh, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, are you sure? Oh, I was
Yeah.
gonna like completely switch it
We'll
up.
switch it up.
Go
bro.
ahead.
So there's a lot of beef going on Twitter right now, especially in the Armenian community. And I don't know if like you guys want to tackle this topic or not. 'cause
Let's do it.
Let's start off with that thing that you sent in the group chat. I didn't get
Yeah, I
a chance
didn't
to
get
read
that
it.
I
either.
think that's what he's gonna get into.
which one?
The one
You
I
sent the
sent this
screenshot
morning.
of something.
No, that's kind of about it, but no, that's something else. That's
Completely
something-
different.
Okay.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is, so there was a video going around of like a group of African American guys and like women walking through them, and they were like getting harassed, you know, like they were grabbing them, touching them and stuff. And this whole like debate started that, oh, it's like if you're a woman, like why would you dress a certain way or go into that crowd like you're like looking to get harassed? And then a whole other conversation started where it's like women should be free and like safe to feel and wear and go wherever they want without the thought of
Yeah.
being
Harassed.
harassed or things like that. So there's like two sides between it. It's very heated. Like people are getting called out left and right. Like it's going off on Twitter.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to debate that. Like
What do you want to start off with?
Well-
Should girls be allowed to wear whatever they want?
Well, first of all,
no.
what you sent this
I-
morning, first of all, the first thought in my head that I got scared was you can't even have like a private conversation over text with someone without getting displayed to the world. So don't fucking send risky text, guys.
Of course.
Because that shit, anyone could just screenshot
Yeah,
that shit now.
It's just a lot of the thing I'm noticing it too is like if people disagree with you, there's no like conversation
No,
about it.
it's just they
It's
try
just
to
an
take you down.
extreme. Like I feel like if you disagree with someone, either DM them, have a normal conversation,
Mm-hmm.
Keep it
and
privately.
if you don't agree, just agree to disagree and move on.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion at the end of the day. You know.
No one believes that.
Unfortunately,
no one
not.
believes that.
but
They
I mean,
want to make
we-
sure that they're the bigger person, the better person, and what they're saying is right.
Well, we live in a country where there's freedom of speech, so everybody's entitled to their own opinion and entitled to whatever they want.
You're entitled
say.
to your own opinion, but then
There
they
was
go
also
off.
there was
Yeah,
also
I
a
know.
debate about the use of the N-word too. That like people were like, "Oh, I could use it like anytime I want. Like I don't give a shit,"
Yeah.
kind of thing. And I don't know. It's just a whole bunch of stuff going on. And I feel like everyone's tensions have risen because of obviously like the pandemic and like being locked up at home. I
Yeah.
think everyone's just going
Bottling
crazy,
up emotions.
and they're
Yeah.
looking for something to like bite on. You know, some sort of, I don't want to call it entertainment, but something that'll like, I don't know,
Start.
help get their anger out or release the tension.
Mm-hmm.
Just stand up and do some burpees, bro, or some push-ups or some shit. Get your anger out another way. Twitter is not the way. I can't look at those Twitter battles. It's entertaining as fuck, but then people start to
Get
really
very-
fuck
Seriously?
you up. You know,
Yeah.
like they try to ruin your life. That's the thing. That's what I think.
People
is
behind the
worst part of
keyboards
it.
are very
Yeah.
powerful.
Keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Again, like that guy the thing you sent this morning, I was like, man, how many like retweets and likes did that shit have?
It's like it's starting to expand more and more.
Yeah, like that's fucked. Because
But
if it
that-
shows the guy's name that
Yeah.
did it, like that's fucked, bro. Like why would you do that? I don't understand.
But that's like the mildest of things that have happened. Like if you look, and that's like regarding a whole different group. I'm just talking about like the Armenians and stuff. Like
yeah,
the Armenian community is just going off on each other, and it's very, very, very divided.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
well,
That's the
I
thing.
think it was a lot about people post about shit a lot, and then other people tell them like, okay, just because you post about it doesn't mean you're doing shit. Go
Well-
out there and actually make a difference. It's like
Well, the BLM is how the whole like Black Lives Matter thing and like all the protests.
Black Lives Matter.
They can still hear you, bro.
I know.
So it's like that's what originally started it, but what made it get so heated was this like women's like harassment and thing debate that like is very, very spread because there are a lot of like old school Armenian mentalities on Twitter where it's like stay at home, you know, like
Cold
that.
fishing.
Yeah, like
Ayo.
like that sort of stuff where it's like you shouldn't wear whatever you want to wear, like don't expose yourself and put yourself in a situation to get harassed. And then there's this whole other argument where it's like, yeah, but no woman should fear being harassed, period.
Yeah.
Like no matter
But
what
I
they wear or where they go, what group they're
I
in.
feel like this is an issue for like a separate time. You know, like what's happening right now doesn't
Well,
really correlate to it. like obviously harassment's an issue. I'm not saying like it's not a bad thing, but it's like right now we're just talking about like BLM
Sickness.
and
Yeah.
like the violence that's happening towards like them, you know, and they're just throwing out there like the harassment and stuff. Like I feel that's definitely
It's
a
a
separate
completely
issue.
different topic.
Yeah, and it's like it'll have its own time, but I feel like right now like the main focus is like BLM, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, there's the Armenians for Black Lives trending also.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, and that, you know what, I can appreciate that, because when we're marching on for April 24th, there's black people marching
Yeah,
with
they
us too,
come out
man.
too.
Of course.
So
There are a lot of African Americans a part of the Armenian community. You know how many like children I see that are
yeah, like
African American,
yeah.
but their mother is Armenian or the father is Armenian. It's
few
amazing,
Autorot players
Yeah.
in there.
and they're
Yeah.
ballers too. It's great.
So,
good to
but
see
I don't
that.
know. I don't know why Armenians are fighting each other. That shit don't make any sense to me, bro.
That's always gonna be a thing.
And about like women's dressing rights, that shit doesn't make any. Fucking find a different way to spend your time, man.
Talk to him, Monto.
Yeah.
Man,
talk to
I'm
him.
talking about shit that matters, bro. Who gives a fuck how anyone dress? Someone can let them dress
Yeah.
however they want, because
Yeah.
it's really up to them.
I think
At the end of the day, if they're gonna get dressed like,
Let them run outside with their anal beads hanging out, bro. It don't matter.
You tell him, Jay.
I just
They
had
want
to.
to.
I had to drop that one.
they had to.
I think the dudes attacking the women look very.
Terrible.
It just looks like it's kind of like desperate, because I'm just gonna say this, like probably half of y'all dudes have been rejected by the girls you guys are talking shit about,
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time it's like, yeah, I get you trying to make an argument like, oh, why would you even go into that crowd to get harassed, but you shouldn't be blaming the woman for that. You should be making steps into saying like, those dudes should not be harassing, period.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I don't think any woman. It sucks that women have to fear
Being
what they
harassed.
wear.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you have a sister, Bears, you got a sister. Like, JC, you guys
We
all
all
have
have
sisters.
sisters.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want that. I mean, the fact that they have to worry about what they wear and where they go, to get harassed is scary.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, and it's,
So be smart about it, dude.
yeah, I mean, and that's a good argument. Like, you do have to be smart about it, but at the same time, don't attack the women for it. You have to make a move to
It's a
attack you have to go after those dudes that are actually causing that trouble. And it's fucked up, because we do live in a society where no matter what you do, there's always going to be those assholes out there. Like, they're just animals. So
There's always bad apples, you know.
but form the argument to where you're going after those people and trying to change the way they look at things, not saying like, oh, the women have to change the way they act.
as if they're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
It's a big problem. It's not just one group. It's not one group. It's a mixed thing. You got to look at two sides of it.
You know what, Anto? I think I know how to answer that question. Where do you see us in December?
Enlightenment.
I feel like well,
Is that what
I
you're
mean,
thinking
because
about?
like we just been talking about this, and it's like it's kind of shedding light on more issues, and I feel like, considering how fucked up this year's been so far, I feel like by December we're gonna end up shedding light on a lot more issues, and a lot more corruption and like fucked up shit that's happening in society is gonna come to fruition, and people are gonna actually see like how fucked up everything is, and how like we definitely need to like revamp or like fix things, you know, like change our way of living, and like they're saying like post corona, like life's gonna be different, obviously, right?
100%.
So I feel like these are the, like right now we're like in the process of working towards change.
Mm-hmm.
Things are gonna be a lot different, you know, like life's not gonna go back to normal. It's not gonna be all sunshine and rainbows like it was before. Just being able to go wherever you want, whenever you want. So I feel like come December, I mean obviously it's like 50-50 chance, but I feel like we're gonna be dealing with a lot more issues and shedding a lot more light on them, and hopefully solving them by then, you know.
So you think there's gonna be more positivity coming? Well, I feel like
I hope so.
I feel like right now,
I mean-
we're at the tip of the peak, right?
Yeah.
It's like the worst it's ever
Yeah.
been. Eventually, it's gonna slough off, and
There has to
Head
be
down,
positivity.
yeah.
I mean, there's not much lower you can go.
Yeah.
I think this year is just gonna be. It has to be washed.
Hopefully the 6 month, considering we're halfway through, is like the breaking point, right? Because they say when you what is it, when you like pull an arrow back, it can only go forward, right? So things go downhill before
It's
they
the
go
climax.
up. Yeah.
Damn, I like that.
Thank you. Thanks, Daddy.
Did you get that from Robin Hood or something?
No, I was like on Pinterest, bro. Like,
Pinterest, this fool. Pinterest. What are you, a 14-year-old girl?
hey, they got cute shit on there, bro. But yeah, I feel like that's where we might be.
How long do you think? Like, how long do you guys think? I don't know where I was going with my, because I was gonna bring up one specific topic, but like the certain procedures that we're going through, like social distancing and wearing a mask and all this other stuff. Like, how long do you guys think that's gonna be around for still?
Couple years.
Couple.
Yeah.
I was saying 1 year at least. Maybe
At least
like
a year.
I'd
I
say a
think
year
at least
too.
a year.
Until the virus dies down.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of thing. But like.
masks are gonna be required no matter where you go
but
for the time
I
being.
think people might still be paranoid and like not want to like get close and like shake hands and hug and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I guess it just depends on the person.
Like, how you gonna go to a bar and get a drink?
You can't.
Can't-
Well, they were saying that they're gonna start serving it on the sidewalk, but then again, it's illegal to have open container of alcohol
See,
in LA.
that's interesting because in the UK, when I was in the UK, they drink on the sidewalk. Well, like it's also like you could be publicly intoxicated too.
That's
Yeah.
But-
that's the UK.
Yeah, no, I know, but I'm saying like, cause when I was walking by like bars and pubs, people are just like, you get your beer inside and you walk outside and they have like a little spot on the sidewalk just dedicated like to the shop. So everybody's just chilling on the sidewalk, just drinking. So I mean,
Yeah, don't
we
have
could
that
be
shit
kind
here.
of moving towards that direction, you know?
Like, let's say you go to a bar, you're with your friends, you want to grab a drink. All right, you have to wear a mask. Okay, you go in, you have to take your mask off to drink,
Yeah.
obviously.
So
So
the
it's
way I
like-
think they're doing it now is when I went to Santa Barbara last weekend, there were places that were open, and obviously when you walk in, you can order your food with a mask on, but once you get seated at a table, you're allowed to take your mask
Yeah.
off,
That's how it is out here.
and
too.
you're scattered around the whole place. So you could have a group there, and then 6 feet apart, there's another group there. So like you have your distance, you could have your mask off, you could do your own thing.
Mhm.
So there are ways to kind of make it work, but like you said, I'm sure people are still gonna be terrified to do
Yeah.
anything.
Paranoid.
Because who doesn't want to go out and have a beer
Yeah.
comfortably?
Exactly.
Or like, how are you gonna approach women?
You don't.
That's
Are
that's
women gonna want you to approach them?
yeah.
It's like, hey, that's a cute ass mask you got on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god, man, masks are gonna be the wave now. Like designer.
yeah.
Like,
masks,
yo,
this,
I
that.
can't wait to take your mask off tonight.
can't.
You know? Sheesh.
Watch Gucci, Louis Vuitton. They're gonna start coming up with designer masks.
They
It's
have
all
already,
good.
no?
I don't-
Etsy.
I feel like
Etsy.
I've seen them.
Yeah, like
I think they're on Etsy.
customized. People
That's
made
so
it.
whack to me, bro.
Yeah.
Is it leather?
It has to be.
washable?
Is yours diamond encrusted?
Yeah.
But
If I see any bedazzled masks,
They already are.
They
some.
had that. I remember on the news they were saying don't wear that shit because it doesn't help. 'Cause people were wearing it. Huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Neither
like
did these.
it's like strings and then it has like the beads and shit on it. So it's not like closed, you know? It's still open, but people
There's no point
Doesn't
to masks.
I think
regardless.
it's just gonna be for the look, so people
Yeah.
feel safe.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: us wearing this, like all of us wearing this right now, I feel like we're safe like that.
No.
No,
it's
we are, bro.
pointless. It's pointless.
No,
We're s-
because
we're
let's say
safer.
It's pointless.
Virus can get through.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
virus can still. But
No.
through my cloth mask, 97% of particles get through. To yours, 44% of particles get through. It's
Nice.
fucking
So
pointless.
you should rather look good.
No,
and be
it's
safe.
like it's mandated, so we don't have a choice. But it's
expose
pointless.
yourself, bro.
It's pointless. There's because I don't. Did I tell you guys about the guy that I saw on Instagram? He's a doctor in the ER. He was reading an article that was like a study. It was a published study in 2015, and he's like, masks are pretty much pointless because cloth ones let in 97% of air particles, and the ones that you guys are wearing let in 44%. So unless you're in like a
no, but it's not the whole point is for you not to get it,
Right.
so you don't.
obviously
Because like a surgeon wears this, the surgeon's wearing it, so if he coughs or sneezes or some shit, he doesn't fucking sneeze inside the person's
yeah,
body.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
But like he was also saying that
This is fool laughing.
My bad.
My bad. He was saying like if you're not in like a space like the ER where it's like there could be like germs around like every corner, like it's pretty much pointless to have it on, you know. And like being out in public, you're not that likely to get it considering it's like a big space and like everybody's just like the air's like moving around, everybody's just fucking like here and there, you know, versus being in like a closed environment where like in your room, then like you're a little more fucked, obviously.
Yeah, it said the other day that it stays alive for like 3 hours in the air or some shit like that.
Then I saw something that apparently it doesn't stay on first surfaces. Yeah. So it's like, what do I believe?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't know.
Do you guys leave your Amazon boxes out for a day?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I
Nope.
legit whatever it
Yeah.
is,
do
No,
that
I just
shit too.
open it. I just open it.
I open it and throw it away like
Yeah.
immediately.
Same.
Huh? Why do we leave it out?
Cause the bacteria, bro.
So the bacteria dies on it if there's any on the surface before you bring it into the house.
How long does it stay on there?
I think it's 45 minutes. It dies in the sun. Something
well,
like that.
on
Yeah.
wood, I think it stays on it for 48 hours.
No, it's longest on steel.
Yeah, so 72 hours on aluminum and steel. I think it's 48 hours on wood, and maybe
What about
24.
cardboard?
24 on plastic.
But it's
I mean, not
it
wood.
dies quick
cardboard.
on
Cardboard's what I
in the
meant to say.
sun. That's the thing. So if you leave it outside in the sun, it should be fine.
It's
Yeah.
like
I don't know,
made of,
bro.
like, lipids, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know what to believe anymore. I really don't give a fuck.
All right. Well, we're
I mean, you
50
kinda
minutes
should.
in, so
Fuck COVID.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
yeah,
true.
fuck COVID.
we can wrap it up here, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrap
That's a
it
good
up.
idea. All right. Apple, Spotify, YouTube.
You know what it is.
Hold on, shout out Anto, happy early birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
Actually, yeah,
Anto.
happy birthday.
Yes, sir.
32.
Thanks, guys.
What a year.
Thanks, guys.
Jesus.
32.
All right. Well, on
Everybody
that
stay
note,
safe,
Yeah.
stay healthy. You guys already know what the
Y'all
motto
know what it
is.
see y'all next week.
Peace.